Yeah, residents of Alexandra township in northern Johannesburg have resumed their protests. This after they halted their planned march to Sandton, scheduled for this morning. Demonstrations erupted yesterday against what locals call lawlessness and the mushrooming of illegal structures in the area. Tracking developments for us is our reporter Moachi, who is in Alexandra this morning. Tejo, good morning to you. So talk to us about the flare-up of these protests. We were told that the protests are on hold.
Absolutely. Good morning, Xoli. We were indeed told that the protest is on hold and that the march to Sandton has also been put on hold because of security reasons and safety concerns as well. But there are bits and pieces of flare-ups that are happening here in Alexandra in different parts of this particular area, where residents are calling on foreign nationals to vacate the area. They are saying that they steal from them and they're causing their lives to be slightly difficult within this area. But this is actually happening mostly on 10th Avenue. That's where we saw most of the flare-ups about an hour ago, where they started burning tires again, and they had decided that they were going to then just protest and gather and put themselves together for that particular protest. So the protests it isn't the whole area as what we saw yesterday, Xoli. Today it is much smaller, and it's smaller groups that are actually ensuring that they continue with the protest, and their main issue being foreign nationals occupying their space, and they are accusing them of stealing as well.
How are police reacting to the threats against foreign nationals?
Well, when I spoke to Kema Kubela not so long ago, he was saying that the police are doing police work. They are monitoring the situation in Alexandra. And what we have seen as well, Xoli, is as soon as they are aware and made aware of a particular protest that is taking place or tires being burnt, then they are immediately in the area just to ensure that there is safety and that it actually dies down as soon as possible. So they are in the area. There is quite a heavy police presence throughout Alexandra today. And they're saying that they will definitely be keeping in that fashion and ensuring that they are here and ensuring that there is no lawlessness and that things just run smoothly today so people can actually get to work and to school. But Xoli, I must also mention that there are some students that I've seen in uniform that have not gone to school today because of these sporadic protests that have now flared up in various areas of Alexandra.
Tejo, also, I guess what many people are saying, just from listening to radio, they're stating that as much as the protest itself has been called off, the issue is getting in and out of Alexandra. Behind you, you have rocks that are strewn across the road. You have tree branches that are all over the place. The cleanup process, who does that, and when will the streets of Alex be cleared up?
Well, Xoli, what we have seen this morning is that there are just residents that are good Samaritans that are actually doing the cleanup process, and they're just moving the rocks out the way. But also there's then the situation where there are protesters that want to continue this particular shutdown, that they actually want to ensure that the roads continue to be closed. It really is just residents that are moving the rubble out the way so that it's more easier to maneuver. But as you mentioned, right behind me, let me just step out of shot, Xoli, so that you can get a clearer picture of what is happening on this particular street. This is obviously from yesterday, where they closed this particular road, and as you can clearly see, there is a lot of rubble still. There's a lot of rocks that are still on the roads, and there are some cars that try their best, Xoli, to actually drive through this particular area. It's really a maneuvering way that you have to maneuver your way through this particular area, I think if you've got a great driver's license and you actually have a driver's license and you're able to maneuver your way through this area, then that is great, because it really is difficult to find your way so that you are not actually either getting onto these rocks or actually just touching some of the rubble as well. So the maneuvering here is really great, and the residents are trying their best to ensure that they clean up as much as possible, and where they actually can, then they actually do that.
All right, we'll leave it there for the time being. Moachi, who is in Alexandra township, monitoring the situation there after yesterday's protests. Well, there are flare-ups, we are told, but it doesn't seem that the full strike, like we saw yesterday, is going on there. So